Welcome, gamers! And this time I remembered to take myself off mute. thinking back, I was embarrassed at the time. Now I just think it's funny because it's on par for ADHD. So, I am MonriaTitans and welcome to the Weekend Game Show, where I educate on and discuss different aspects of game development to show why video games can take years to make to prevent another Cyberpunk 2077 launch scenario. For those who don't know, toxic, quote, fans, end quote, were threatening developers of the game because of how long it was taking to release. CD Projekt Red caved and released it. Then those same, quote, fans, end quote, had the nerve to turn around and complain about how it was buggy. I wonder fucking why. I'm going to be plugging this more, writer, blogger for the Opinions and Truth blog. If you've been watching the social media cycle, what is that? A mini slideshow. It popped up. And it's, I share my opinions, share the truth, mostly opinions. And there I also provide artist shoutouts to support human artists and combat AI art theft and their parasitic developers. What began as a fun activity back in December of 2020 has become a mission. Hashtag create don't scrape. And today I'm going to be doing just a little behind the scenes and the March wrap up recap. I wanted to do that on March. I wanted to do that March 31st, but I had to go to a family dinner. Technically, I didn't have to. I wanted to go to a family Easter dinner. So, but before I get into the recap and whatnot, artist shout out for today. I'm doing things a little bit differently. Also, I'm going to have to make the time to redo the slideshow you saw in the beginning to do these images instead. Well, some of them. I'm not gonna do all of them. That's gonna be nuts. I'm going to have to redo more like the end of the slideshow that has these square images, because I'm not doing those Instagram screenshot thingies anymore. So today's artist shout out is Gwendolyn Gray. They are a 3D costume artist. To the left is the mini thing I made for the artist shout out. To the right is their ArtStation profile. And they actually have more than that. They have an ArtStation. They actually have 2 Instagrams, but if you go to the Opinions and Truth artist shout out post or the one on Instagram, Become Empowered, 1 E in the middle, or MonriaTitans. Because I found out collaborations exist, so yay! But I only show, so if you go to the Instagram post, and it shares a link, that was really freaking cool. I share the ArtStation post, where this came from, their Instagram that they have available on their ArtStation, and they have a YouTube channel. And while I was going through their links, they also have a Ko-fi. Oh, so close. Ko-fi. There we go. Yay! So do go please check them out. They do great work. Now, they don't have a whole lot on their ArtStation, which is a pity, but if you go to their Instagram, they have a lot. They also have 2, because this is their time. They have 2 Instagrams. The one that I'm sharing or shared in the artist shoutout posts is to their costume design. But they also do on another Instagram, they also do, oil paintings? Acrylic and oil? I forget. But they also do paintings, which I really need to get back into doing. And this is Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn Gray. Do go please check them out. Command ASO to get to the blog post for the artist shoutouts. And if you want to see where else the shoutout was shared, there's a link to that as well. Okay. So, I forgot a little bit of what I was doing. All right, there we go. So this is how the blog post looks. If there's a way, I highly doubt. I wish we could make this wider to fill in more of the space, but I actually like the aesthetic of the blank space. I teeter back and forth on it. So this is what the blog looks like. I've shown it in other behind the scenes things. I'm definitely liking doing the recaps as the first stream of the month. And these I don't plan on missing. To say I don't care what physical or mental state I'm in to be doing these isn't entirely accurate, but the first stream of the month is the one I will definitely be doing whatever I possibly can to ensure I can do it. So, March 2024 recap. My neck popped. All right. Yeah. I hope I'm not setting myself back. So if you've been following along on the daily updates on the ta-da lists, I will have been adding a little blurb there about how I was avoiding my main office setup, which is where I do the streams, due to it. I'm pretty sure at this point it wasn't worsening, it was causing my neck, shoulder, and back pain because of how many hours I was just sitting here. So what did I do? So I did a video on March 10th. So from that day onward, I was avoiding using this setup as often as I could. And now here I am doing a stream after doing a video on Friday. The pain's coming back. Shit. Oh well. At least for now. I'll take a pain pill. But March 2024 wrap up, and then I'll get into some changes that I did going into April besides how I'm doing the artist shoutouts. So I did. Ooh, I should make a wrap up. Whatchamacallit? Command. That's what they're called. So for the month of March, 14 artist shoutouts were done. I think there's going to be 13 this month unless shit happens. So we have Daria Fefalova, Anastasia Chaika. Hopefully I'm not butchering these too badly. Laura Irujo Dionez. Valentina Zucchi. Magdalena. I forgot where she's from, but that's either Weigel or Weigel. Sabrina Lakito. Marine Sear. Sema Arslan. Wangswan. Carolina Soares. Angela Chirelli, Anna Filippa, Cardode, and Sasha J. So I'm just going to, and if you'll notice here, I have the ArtStation post it came from as a caption. No. And for March, I only did 2 things, and that's because of back pain. So I did the behind the scenes, and I did a let's read some shit video. Also, something I don't talk about enough, but really should, cause of the month. So for March, the cause for the month was National Women's History Alliance for Women's History Month. The National Women's History Alliance brought us Women's History Month. So every Wednesday, well, not these 3, but every Wednesday, I do 3 quotes pertaining to the theme of the month. And each one brings your attention to the cause, which was National Women's History Alliance. And I really should talk about these more, but at the same time, I'm a gaming channel, not a book channel. And March's Never Ending Reading List shares. So I call my book collection the Never Ending Reading List. It's a bit of a joke, because anyone who likes books knows you buy more than you will ever probably read. So I've been sharing the contents of my book collection. I shared 10, and I'll just cycle through it instead of reading it. And to make the world a sweeter place, or more delightful, I also decided as a separate thing to share the contents of my art book collection. So the very first one, I guess we could call that the pilot, was Windows to Worlds, The Art of Devon L. And then, because I'm a huge Dragon Age fan, I also have their stuffs. I wrote 3 poems that month: Measuring, Don't Shoot the Messenger, and I found out they're apparently going to do a, what is it called? Remake. It's right there in the poem. Remake of Blade. I disapprove. And I also share video game and literacy quotes. I share the video game quotes, or they're either quotes about video games or quotes from a video game, to share the fact video games actually do some good. They get way too much shit thrown at them, and literacy quotes to bring attention to the illiteracy problem and to bring people's attention towards an organization. Kids need to read. They get books to the kids who are disadvantaged. And I also share stupidity quotes, because why not? Let's laugh at people being stupid. And I was initially going to do 6. I changed my mind. I'm just going to do 3 every month on the 11th of every month. So that way when we get to September, it'll be 911. And what else have I been doing? Oh, I updated this from last time. Now there's actually a link to my bookshop on bookshop.org, which I talk about in every video at the end. And there's a Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know why I opened this up again when I already have it. I don't know why it's doing that. But I also have the artist shoutout gallery here. And the Let's Read Some Shit videos go here, along with some opinion things, why I say I'm ADTistic instead of an AUDHD or an AUDHD, which is my favorite pronunciation. So this month is going into changes for the month of April now. April's cause of the month is Different Brains, because April is Autism Acceptance Month. I really need to figure out how to shut off notifications while I'm streaming. Anyway, sorry about that. So the cause of the month is Different Brains, who strives to encourage understanding and acceptance of individuals who have variations in brain function and social behaviors known as neurodiversity. And you might have noticed if you... Neurodiversity. What on earth is neurodiversity? I highly advise watching that. Actually, just watch all of Ponderful's stuff on autism. She's absolutely fantastic. And so far, I have shared about mission perspective sharing. There it is. Oh, good grief. Mission perspective sharing. Cause of the month. There we go. And so far, I have shared 6 quotes. And some of these, I do believe, some of them contain affiliate links. And notice I said autism acceptance, not awareness. People are aware. The problem is we don't have acceptance. And I plan on writing a blog post about that. Because I have stories. Because I don't talk about that. So, what year was it? Doesn't matter. So when early 30s. So I was diagnosed when I was a kid with ADHD. Not that we ever really did anything with it. So it wasn't until in my 30s that I got myself on medication and whatnot to help me out. I was telling my mom about it, and she said, "You're probably autistic too. I just didn't get you tested for it." So I started down the research rabbit hole, and guess what, folks? Mother knows best. She was right. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go down do a whole bunch of research and know for a fact, because of research, the self-diagnosis route, because it is a privilege to actually be able to get a diagnosis due to money. Also, I did some reading. I don't think I'll ever get an official diagnosis for it because I want to adopt kids. And if I have an official diagnosis, I won't be able to in the United States. So, moving on to other changes for April, although technically these started in March. You will notice this is how the artist shoutouts used to look. I started creating these towards the end of March, going into April. And these have been fun. And my main one. This is where announcements and stuff go. If you saw the ta-da list before, abbreviations, then it would start. Now I have the book where it came from. And I don't remember when I started doing this. I'd have to go back through and look through them all, and I don't feel like doing that. So now they actually have a bit of a theme. Wednesday, March 27, 2024, I have indicators of what the main thing is about for each. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I share the video game and literacy quotes. Wednesday is for that particular month. So scroll back up. Where is the Wednesday? Wednesday! Since the neurodiversity symbol is a rainbow infinity, I could probably find a gold one for autism, but this is fine. So, sharing the Autism Acceptance Month quotes. This. Sharing the video game and literacy quotes. I have that. Sharing, where'd it go? Artist shoutouts. If I'm doing an artist shoutout, I have these little symbols. And Friday, that's kind of like a do whatever day, so I have a little joker here for wild card. And I also started changing the announcements, because normally it would be a gray. If I'm doing a Let's Read Some Shit video, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's when I just read aloud portions of books for educational reasons. Now it has this paper looking background. Stream announcements now have this purple gradient starry sky kind of thing. You'll notice from my backgrounds. That's what I do. I'll show you later. I don't feel like switching scenes. And another thing I started doing, same thing. So you notice with the artist shoutouts, little thing in the middle. Now when I share the art collection or I share the, have I done a never-ending reading list this month? No, but that's coming up. And also when I do the never-ending reading list book shares, yeah, so this is the last one I did for March. These are going to look like this as well. So I'm just making everything look prettier. And more obvious, because if you're just scrolling through Instagram, you just see me sharing a book, you have no idea what that is. Now it's going to look more like that. It's going to have never-ending reading list up here, and you're going to know exactly what it is looking at it. Or in this case, art book collection. Artist shout out. Stream, already had these. So lots of changes for both March and going into April. And more opinion pieces. Why I say I'm ADtistic instead of ADHD. Really, it's just because to mean ADtistic. It has the ring autistic does. And I'm pretty sure. I can show you guys the cards. So I have a card for MonriaTitans. Summarized, talks about opinions and truth. I have the never-ending reading list here and the art book collection. I should probably put a separator right there so you can see it better. And it summarizes ways to support, da-da-da-da. So this is the MonriaTitans card. This is the weekend game shows card. I have it a little itty bitty gallery over here as well. I'm glad I put that there because it just reminded me. So, after discovering, I don't know how I didn't know this before, but Steam actually has a demo section. So instead of me going through the entirety of my itch.io library, itch.io. So instead of going through my entire itch.io library to try and find a demo, I can just go to Steam. So now I can do more let's play some demos for you guys. For you folks. Guys is not gender neutral. Folks, for you folks. Aha! Glad I had that. And then here are my art things, because I also do my own art. And I've really been getting into poetry. Haikus, to be more specific. And I am autism. And for those of you who don't get that reference, Autism Speaks did a very, to put it mildly, hurtful video on autism, and the autism community has not forgotten it. So, I am autism. And the puzzle piece logo is about them when initially, the puzzle piece talks about how we are a puzzle that needs to be solved. No, I am complete. You guys are making this a puzzle. Just listen to us and everything will be fine. I need to do something about these color schemes. This needs to be darker. I'll do that later. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to end this and remember things because I keep forgetting to write all this down. For these, I kind of like to wing it. Because whatever comes to mind, because it's one of the. That's not true. My dad wrote a book, mentioned that. And now that I have shared the wrap up, I can unpin this. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Then again, that's always the case. So I showed the changes, how I'm doing the artist shoutouts like this. That, okay, there we go. And now I actually have this for different themes. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing different themes, different announcements slides. That's it. So I got the brick with spotlights for video and VOD announcements, depending on what I'm sharing. If I have a stream announcement, I'm doing that. And if I'm doing a let's read some shit video, books pages. There we go. That's what it was. So glad. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to end this. You know what? I'll just do what I did last time. If I remember something, I'll put it in the description. So that's it. Here's today's artist shout out again, even though you've already seen it multiple times while I was scrolling through. Here's Gwendolyn Gray. Do go please check them out. Command ASO to get to the blog post shout out. And I'm going to say that's it. All right, so thank you for watching. Command Discord to get to the Discord. To get to the announcements and the artist shoutouts, because I figured out a way to combine those. That's MonriaTitans on Instagram. I don't really use the Twitter all that much. I'm more on Threads, but I peruse through there. I reshare things. And for more information regarding the artist shoutouts, if you want info about it, you go to Become Empowered and Be Empowering. If you want to look through all my own art stuff, that's Titans Monria Art. I managed to get those to match. I was so excited. Although the people for Become Empowered and Be Empowering, they might be mad at me. Because Become Empowered is taken on Twitter, Be Empowered was taken on, or Be Empowering was taken on Instagram, so sorry, not sorry. Though I guess I could change those to Monria Titans WGS, but that's more work than it's worth. And lastly, I should probably put that command there, command support to get to support, but command support to support links, slow down, and there's my favorite affiliation, bookshop.org. I really need to, I was talking about before, I could do Rendezvous Point as a new title for that. Here's a bigger view of the bookshop. Do please check it out. Command support. This is annoying. That's better. And so is that. Okay. That was bothering me more than it should have. But okay, back to what I was saying, and you could do Command Bookshop to get to the bookshop link. I like to call bookshop.org the Etsy for small business bookstores, whose mission is to help local independent bookstores thrive in the age of e-commerce. Want to buy more books, support the channel, get away from Amazon? You can do 3 skips with a stone by checking out MonriaTitans Bookshop at bookshop.org/shop/MonriaTitans. And now we come to a close. Remember, we are gamers not because we don't have a life, but because we choose to have many, which can also be said of readers. If anyone asks why you like video games, remind them a game is a problem-solving activity approached with a playful attitude. A quote by Jesse. I remembered what I wanted to tell you. I'll put it in the description, because I don't feel like pulling all that back up. Or do I still have it up? Ooh. No, I don't feel like doing it. I'll just put it in the description. So, quick summary of what I was going to tell you. So, there is an initiative, a call to action going on to stop publishers from destroying our games. Because right now they're trying to do a games as a service model, not a we own them model. So we spend money on the games and then they destroy them, and now we no longer have access to what we bought, what we paid for. That is not right. There is an initiative going on. I will put links to that in the description if you want to check that out. Sorry, I didn't remember to say that until now. Back to my closing. And if anyone gives you shit for your interest, tell them you may not like video games, but what I learned from them is this. No enemies in front of you means you're going the wrong way. Really? No enemies in front of you means you are going the wrong way. Alright, thank you for watching. This will be exported to YouTube shortly under handle at MonriaTitans. Not Monroe. Oh well. May every decision you make be in the spirit of fairness, and may the rest of your day not go to shit. See you next time. See you next time.